Today I'm gonna show you guys exactly how much I got paid in dividends for the month of September. I'm gonna show you guys every single dividend stock that paid me for the month of September. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I track every single one of those stocks so that I know exactly what I'm earning. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I do with my dividend earnings once I receive them. Hi guys, my name is Dennis, and in this channel I talk about personal finance as well as my continuous journey to financial freedom. So I came to the conclusion that I need to make these type of quarterly or even monthly videos about my dividend stock portfolio's earnings. I think this is a good idea since first of all, I can keep you guys updated with all of my dividend income, and second of all, it can keep me accountable so that I can keep investing into my portfolio month over month. I'm also making this September dividend video because I want to give you guys a comparison with last year's September, which is another video that I have you can check out right over here. And since the quarterly month of December just passed, I want you guys to be expecting another quarterly dividend income report about December coming out shortly. So let's get straight into it. Now, to actually see exactly how much dividends you got paid for the month, you first need to log into your Robinhood account. Then you need to click the little person icon on the bottom right hand side of your screen, and then you're gonna need to click on the little hamburger icon on the top left side of your screen, and here you're gonna see a menu. Now scroll down until you see the reports and statements tab. You click on that, and over here is gonna show you your account activity reports, your monthly statements when it comes to your brokerage and your crypto accounts. So what you need to click specifically is your brokerage account, because we're looking at the dividends you're earning total. Once you click on that, you see every single monthly statement of your Robinhood account. Now that you're here, all you have to do is click at the month that you're specifically looking for, and for me that's September. And once I click on September, on the very top page, if you scroll in and you zoom in all the way into the first page, it says income and expense summary. And here under income and expense summary, you'll see your dividends total for the month. And for me, the total dividends that I earned for September is $53.23. Now, on the other hand, if you want to see which dividend company paid you for the month of September, you're gonna have to go back all the way back to the main menu of your screen, of your profile. And then you're gonna have to click on the history tab. Once you click on the history tab, it's gonna show you every single transaction that you ever made. Now we're specifically narrowing it down for dividends. So on the top, you click on all types, click on dividends, and here you'll see every single dividend company that paid you and exactly how much they paid you. Now most of the dividend companies that I own pay out their dividends quarterly, which means that I'm gonna see a higher amount of dividend income in the months of January, March, September, and December. And since September is the third quarter of the year, I'm gonna be seeing much higher amounts of dividends in comparison to August or even October. Now going back to the history tab where I narrowed everything down based on dividends, I'm gonna scroll all the way to September, and I see that a total of 22 companies paid me for the month of September. Now I'm gonna break down all 22 companies that paid me for the month of September, and the first company that paid me was Ford. Ford paid me a total of $3.36. The next company that paid me was Pfizer, and it looks like they paid me a total of $5.89. The following company is Johnson & Johnson. They paid me a total of $2.91. And then we have IBM, which paid me a total of $2.30. We have Chevron, which paid me a total of $1.68. We have ExxonMobil, which paid me a total of $1.29. We have AG&C, which paid me a total of $1.20. We have 3M, which paid me a total of $6.46. We have International Paper, also known as IP, and they paid me a total of 85 cents. We have Stag Industry, and they paid me a total of 29 cents. We have O Realty, which is a REIT company, and they paid me a total of $2.09. We have Duke Energy, and they paid me a total of $1.06. We have Prospect Capital, and they paid me a total of $3. We have Dominion Energy, and they paid me a total of $1.40. We have VYM, which is an ETF known as Vanguard's High Dividend Yield ETF, and they paid me a total of $4.49. And then we have another ETF called PEY, and they paid me a total of $2.10. We have British Petroleum, which paid me a total of $1.29. We have another ETF called SPHD, which paid me a total of $3.42. And another ETF known as SCHD, it's paid me a total of $4.23. We have another ETF called VTI, which tracks the whole market, the whole stock market index, and they paid me a total of $2.20. $1.28. And then we have a company called Kraft Foods, also known as KHC, and they paid me a total of $1.58. And the last company that paid me for the month of September was YOLO, and they paid me a total of 5 cents. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you can help this video spread to more people. Thank you. So as you guys just saw, these dividends don't seem like they're a lot when you separate them company by company. But what I like about this is that I can continue to reinvest back into these same companies, yielding me a higher dividend every single month that I'm reinvesting back into it. Now, looking back at the screen, you guys can see that some of the dividend companies that paid me have a little reinvested word right next to them. This means that the dividend earning that they just paid me got automatically reinvested back into itself without me having to lift a finger. Now, this system is called DRIP, and Robinhood provides the option to turn that on. Now, I'm gonna click on the second company that paid me for September, which was Pfizer. They paid me a total of $5.89. And when you click on it, you can see that all the way on the bottom, it tells me exactly how many shares I have of this company, exactly how much they're paying per share, the total amount they gave me, which was $5.89, and the total amount that they reinvested. So $5.89 was reinvested back into that same company, and that $5.89 looks like it was worth 0.17 shares total. Now, all the way at the bottom, you can see the Edit Dividend Reinvestment button, and when you click on that, you're gonna see every single dividend companies that you own with a check mark next to it or a blank mark next to it. This means exactly which company you decide to reinvest back into itself. You can either check on or check off. Also, at the very top, if you don't want any other companies reinvesting back into themselves, you could just uncheck that little green mark. So as you guys might be seeing in my dividend reinvestments, some of them are checked on and some of them are checked off. This is because I don't want every single company reinvesting back into themselves for several different reasons. Either I see a better opportunity that I could take that money and reinvest it into a different company, or I don't see myself holding that stock long term. So keep that in mind. So in the beginning of 2021, I wasn't really investing heavily, but I started tracking every single one of my dividends in a spreadsheet that I make so that I can always see what kind of changes are happening month over month and year over year. Now, as you guys can see on the spreadsheet right here, my September dividend income ended up going down by almost $7 from the year of 2022 to 2023. Now, usually I'll be worried about a drop like that happening when comparing one year to the next. But specifically from 2022 to 2023, I know exactly what changed. In the previous month of August, I ended up selling all of my shares of CWH, which at the time was the largest stock holding in my portfolio. CWH, which is also known as Camping World, paid me a total of $22 in dividends every single quarter for holding their stock, which technically means that I should be seeing a $22 drop when it comes to comparing last year's September to this year's September. So I was actually pleasantly surprised to see only a $7 difference between last year's September and this year's September, when I was expecting to see a $22 difference. This means that I've been doing something right during the year. This means that my total dividends for September actually increased when it comes to last year when not taking CWH into account. But also I should mention that I took all of those funds from selling CWH and invested into different stocks in my portfolio, which brings my portfolio up overall. Now, taking a look back into my spreadsheet, you guys can see that without the month of September included in my spreadsheet, my overall dividend income for the year is already higher than last year's dividend income total. Seeing these slight increases makes me very happy about my dividend portfolio because I wasn't really heavily investing in dividends this year, but I'm definitely planning on investing much more frequently in 2024. If I can keep my dividends increasing just like this month over month and year over year, I'll be on track to having a continuously growing portfolio every single year. By the way, if you guys want to use my dividend tracker spreadsheet that I just showed you right now, I'll leave a link down below in the video description where you can press file and then make a copy and name it whatever you want to name it so that you can track your dividends today. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are seeing a difference in your dividend income month over month. Now, I have around 30 total companies that I own in my Robinhood portfolio, but not all of them are the best. That's exactly why I made this video right here where I talk about the best and the worst stocks in my dividend portfolio. You can check it out right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I just want you to remember that everything is figure outable.